Well, good afternoon, everyone. We've been heating the house so far this year primarily with that old cook stove that we restored last year, and we're about out of wood, so let's go cut some more firewood.
Hello, and welcome to our channel. We're glad you're here.
Okay, we have had a, I believe it's pronounced John's Red or John's Red chainsaw. I had an older one that was my father-in-law's. It was a really good saw, real nice and powerful, but it hasn't been running real well lately. So we had went a year or so ago and bought another small one, and it works nice, but it's just not quite as powerful as we need sometimes. So on Thanksgiving Day, Rural King, which some of you may know is a pretty good sized farm store, and we have a few in our area, they had a 10% off everything sale. So we went, was it 10%?
Yeah, I think so.
10% off of everything sale. We went and purchased this Stihl MS311 chainsaw. I just got tired of not having the power we needed to do what we needed to do. So far this has been a great saw. What we have laying here on the ground is a poplar log that fell probably 2 years ago. We had a storm come through on the other side of the pasture, knocked a cherry tree into this poplar tree and dropped them both on the pasture. So at the time we just cut them into a few logs, thought we might make split rail fences or something out of them, but at this point we need firewood. So we're going to go ahead and cut this log up. And for anybody comments, I know I should be wearing hearing protection, I should be wearing chaps. I don't do it all the time. I have them, I don't always do it. Today's one of the days I'm not doing it. So we're losing daylight, we need to get this log cut up and split, so it's just what it is. So to start these saws, there's a compression release lever on the top you have to push in. You squeeze the trigger and drop down the choke lever. Give it a quick pull till it kicks like that. Lift the lever up. As you can see, it makes pretty quick work of this. A couple marks on the ground here where I've tipped the saw into the dirt, which of course is not good for the chain at all, and it's still cutting real good. So I'm going to have to probably sharpen the chain a little bit just to give it a better edge. But I mean, it makes quick work of this wood. I'd probably be 5 cuts in on that other saw. So this thing's made a huge difference. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's a really nice saw.
We needed the longer blade as well.
And the longer bar too, because the other saw was, I think, a 16 or a 14, and it probably wouldn't have been long enough of a bar to make that last cut down there. So the 20-inch bar really comes in handy around here. So once we get it all cut up, we need to get it split. We have an old log splitter over here we picked up last year. Does a nice little job. One thing we did add to it was this this table over here on the back side. I just picked that up off of Amazon. Wasn't very expensive.
Let me come around here.
For that to drop a log on there, when you split half of it, it makes a big difference. So let me
You're
find
not
this.
always picking something up off the ground.
Yeah, before you split a log and this half would drop on the ground, or you're trying to wrestle with it, and we just be able to split it and drop makes a huge difference. So let me see if I can get this to fire up, and we'll start splitting a little bit of wood. So as you can see, it makes real quick work of this old dry poplar. And you probably noticed we split our wood a lot smaller than most people do. That firebox in that old cook stove is so small, we're kind of stuck burning this smaller stuff where it's hard to get in. But one other thing in this video that's making this job a lot easier is what we picked up today. This is a, I believe, 2001 New Holland TC33D. It's got a 3-cylinder diesel in it, has this bucket on it. We also have a backhoe attachment, which we have sitting back in the woods over here that we're not going to be using right now. It's hydrostatic drive, which I'm not thrilled about. I would have rather got one that was geared or shuttle shift. The tractors we had looked at before, that hydrostatic made just such an awful, horrible whining noise that we were afraid it may even affect the horses. But this tractor really doesn't have that bad of a whine to it that I've noticed yet. So we just got it today. We brought it home a couple hours ago and started using it to split wood, and we drug these logs out from the other side of these pine trees around to here to cut them. Seems pretty good. It doesn't have the quick release bucket, which I wish it did. We may add that at a later date. But so far we like it. It's got a few little issues that need to be addressed, but of course any used tractor that's that old is going to have some kind of issue. It did come with a set of pallet forks. We haven't tried those yet, but these 3 hooks on the top of the bucket, there's a rod that runs through there, and the 2 pallet forks have tubes that go on that rod, and they hook in this way and drop over the front. So we'll be able to move things around with the pallet forks. Probably not round bales, but we'll give it a try. We're probably going to get a bale spike for the bucket so we can move round bales easier. And then for the 3-point, of course, we already had the backhoe, or not the backhoe, pardon me, the rototiller, which we've had previous videos for with the Jubilee. We've already had the brush hog, which we also, I believe, have a little bit of video on that. And the auger, the post hole digger, which I've never used that yet, but it has been used in the past. And we also bought with this a pretty nice, pretty good sized box blade. So we'll be able to do a little more maintenance on this.
What we call a driveway.
Awful driveway that we're stuck with here. We'll be doing videos on that. I'm sure we'll do more videos on this tractor as we use it. And we're going to probably try and sell that Jubilee in the spring. But I do have electronic ignition to put on it. It has a cracked exhaust manifold, so we have a new manifold to put on it. And I would still like to pull the hydraulics back out of it and try and get that jerkiness out of the hydraulics. We posted a video, it's probably well over a year ago. I'll put it up here in the corner. It's probably the most popular of our videos. It has the most views of any of them, and it's attempting to repair the 3-point hydraulics on that Jubilee. If you put the mower on, it'll raise up, and then it'll drop and kick up and drop and kick up. I rebuilt the hydraulic cylinder on it thinking that might cure it, which it didn't. And I've kind of promised people that have watched that video that I was going to tear it back apart and try an adjustment procedure on the box to see if that cures it. So I definitely want to do that before we try and sell it. So there will be a couple more videos on the Jubilee before it's gone, and then we're going to have, I'm sure, videos on this as I maintain and, you know, fix a couple issues on it. The tilt steering just flops up and down, so I need to look into that. The parking brake light won't go out. So there's a few minor things like that that need worked on, and we'll video that as we go. What we've been doing here is splitting the wood, throwing it in the bucket, then just driving the bucket to the house, to the porch, unloading it out of the bucket and stacking it on the back porch, which makes it a lot easier than loading it in the back of the truck and unloading the back of the truck. So far it's a positive. So as we progress on that, we'll do more videos, and if you want a better review on that saw, I know there's quite a few other guys that have done reviews on that saw, but if you have any questions or comments on that saw, let me know. Other than I should have been wearing safety gear, I know. Next time I use it, I'll have my helmet on with my ear muffs and my chaps. Sometimes when you make videos, you cut a little bit of a corner, because you have to do it. So anyway, any questions or comments on any of this stuff, please put them down below. Please subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and you have a good day.